From my experiences, there appears to be a phenomenon that intelligently decides to evade science for now. See, once I was able to bend the spoon just with my mind, and everyone's gaslighting me, telling me I never did that. I would meditate and I'll focus real deeply, and then the spoon, all I have to do is push it very lightly, and it just fucking bends and I could twist it. And I have the old spoon, but then I bent it back, and so it just sounds like I'm making excuses, right? Someone says, "Okay, show me you bending a spoon." I can't. I don't know why. Whatever, right? What am I gonna do with it now? What am I gonna do about it, right? Or let's say I could meditate to summon UFOs. It's on them if they want to show up, right? Because if I could summon UFOs, right? And they're not even UFOs. They're these plasmic orbs, and they appear, and then they show up, and then they disappear, right? And it's like there are these plasmic orbs that appear, and it's on them if they want to show up. So, for my experiences, and there's more like telepathy. I've had telepathic contact with I'm moving this bed right here. I've had telepathic contact with several people. For some reason, all women, which is pretty cool, I guess. Actually, no, there's one guy. One guy walked. I was in Santa Cruz and shit, and I walked past this dude. And I couldn't even tell. He was like me. He's like, I got fucking spidey sense and shit. Like, you're like me. What do I do? What do I do with this? So I try scientifically testing the spoon bending, and the spoon never wants to bend. I try showing someone the spoon never wants to bend. Why? I don't know. But I've done enough paranormal, psychic shit, psionic shit, that I know, okay, well, there's something to all this. Plus, I'm a very curious person. Alright? As I stated previously in my previous video vlogs, we do not have an ontological picture of matter. And, I'm not saying therefore God exists and all this shit. But I am saying there appears to be a mystery in the universe that I'm in. Enough so that I'm just not satisfied with a pure materialist explanation. But then again, there is no matter itself. We don't have an ontology for matter. What matter is made of. Alright, the science says that matter is made of excitations in fucking particle fields and shit. You guys like my Ninjago? I think it's pretty cool. I probably gotta throw away the boxes. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I just hide them on my fucking bed. Alright. Particles are excitations, underlying fucking fields and shit. And I mean, that's cute and all. But what are these fields? Like, actually, ontologically, we have no idea what those fields actually are. Right? And then I watch all these physics videos, and people arguing with me on the internet, telling me, go learn physics, go learn physics. Okay, I did. And I still have the same opinion I did. Oh, come back to me when you get a bachelor's degree. I you know how close I live to, like, some very fucking big universities? And do you think I wouldn't have gone up to some fucking physics professor and be like, do we have an ontology of matter? And he's like, no, but I could describe how a particle functions, right? But I'm not interested in math. I'm not interested in how the electron moves. I'm interested in what the electron is. Now, maybe I'll learn how the electron moves and shit to give me, like, a contextual idea of, like, what I could expect universal, grand unified theory would have to work as, because, it has to take into account to how matter works anyways. But there appears from my spiritual, experiences, there is a phenomenon. Phenomenon. Okay, there's a phenomenon that evades fucking science. Why? I don't know, but it pisses me off. It's like gaslighting on another level. The universe is gaslighting me, and there's nothing I can do. All right, I feel like I've been trapped here by the fucking demiurge, and the demiurge HQ is fucking Reddit, where everything's operated from Eglin Air Force Base, right? I don't know. I'm fucked up. I'm stuck here. I feel like I'm in a prison. This feels like with one of them white padded rooms. I'm not crazy. But I mean, yeah, I don't got an ontological know-how on how matter works. I think my theory is that everything's made of a primordial substrate, and everything, it's like there's a white beam of light there's a prism, and then the prism spreads the light into 7 different parts, and that's what we call matter. Matter is just the rainbows, or the manifestation of a more primordial structure. So there's no dualism. Matter and spirit are ultimately one. And I think if there is a physical spiritual explanation for anything, a theory of everything, it has to be a monistic view, as in like there must be a primordial substrate that creates all the matter we see, and then if you want to interpret that as spirit, you can totally do that. So it's just, it'll be physics with a monistic view. So yeah, but the physical is probably just the spiritual anyways, but veiled, so heavily veiled. For my meditations, I could tell the earth is so outrageously veiled. It gives evil people an advantage, and which is why earth has been so fucking evil, you know. And I feel like the only place, because here, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. One more ramble, and then I'll end the video. There are different group souls here on Earth, from what I know, from my meditations. There's the Chinese group soul, which is most of Asia, right? And they used their catalyst and they graduated, essentially. I say they graduated because, see, China realized the true economic system they should run, right now they're doing state capitalism ran by the Socialist Party, Communist Party, which is fine because Marx did say, Marx knows that you need capitalism to develop the productive forces, right? You start capitalism first, but the capitalists have to be managed, or else it's just chaotic anarchic capitalism, and it's just, you get child labor and shit, and you don't want child labor, right? So it's a managed, state-ran managed capitalism, which then transitions into socialism, because there's like 10 billion things I can say right now, but I'm bottlenecking right now. Because, and then I have like 10 trillion fucking details up here, and I try to convey it all. But if you logically follow economics, you'll realize there is an economic singularity on its way. Whether it's AI or the unity of consciousness, or the realization you cannot have infinite profits on a finite planet, and you will have to redistribute wealth, and hierarchies do fall apart, or they always split. If you meditate on it, you'll figure it out on your own. I'm locked up. You'll realize unity consciousness. I've explained this in previous videos. I'm fucked up right now. So China grew up and it matured as a civilization. The West almost grew up, and then the United States had an unfair advantage where it had an entire continent, unearned continent, and then it just ruined Europe. And it really Europe should really just be in control of the Soviet Union right now, and the Soviet Union would still be alive right now, and all of Europe should be Soviet Union. But no, America had to exist, and it ruined its own spiritual development. And now the Americans are paying dearly for it right now, because look at America right now. So, yeah, and then there's UFO disclosure, which will have to force unity consciousness, which will inevitably lead to a communist revolution. So, yeah, I got all that ready set up. So, I say like, within 50 something days, we should have something related to UFOs. Maybe disclosure, maybe not. I don't know. But that's what my soul's telling me, like 52, 51 days around, within, it's not like the 52 day it's gonna happen. It's gonna be like within, maybe it could be tomorrow, maybe next week, I don't fucking know. 2 weeks, guys, 2 more weeks. So, I don't know.